Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good. I thought a good place to start would be just giving us a little insight in terms of how you see what's going on in Europe and social media and pharma differing from what's going on in the US with companies.
Sure. Well, on day one here, we've heard that pharma needs to keep listening, keep learning, keep talking, but most importantly to act. And the biggest similarity, but also I guess the biggest difference within Europe from the farmer's perspective is how do we act? What can we do? We're worried about regulation, for example. It's a big bugaboo on both sides of the pond, right? What we've heard unequivocally this morning from Colin McKay of the EFPIA is there are no barriers to moving ahead with the social media plans that you want to do. You should be forging your own guidelines, pharma. Don't wait for the EFPIA to do it. Colin pointed out the fact that European regulation is 3 years behind the technological curve. They're never going to catch up, and they're looking to you in partnership with them to help forge those new regulations. So I know that FDASM crowd are very interested to see what's happening in Europe, and we watch each other reciprocally. But again, this sort of notion of being behind the curve, European farmer is waiting to see what FDASM is going to do. Don't wait, because I guess we all think that there's not going to be a great deal of clarity there. We might find out about some Google AdWords guidance, there might be some 1 or 2 click guidance, but there aren't going to be swathes of new legislation that come out solely and singularly to help you put together a social media plan. So the message coming out of here today is act. There is nothing to stop you doing it.
And do you think they will?
No.
Why not?
The biggest reason, it's not the bugaboos of regulation or ROI or any of the other illusory obstacles. Maybe you can put scare quotes around that if you like. I consider them to be largely illusory that pharma has created. It's its own corporate culture. It's the sludge that it wades through. So pharma needs to look at itself, take a long and cold look at itself and figure out what it can do.
Great. Andrew Spong, thanks so much for talking to me.
Mark, thank you very much for inviting me.